Before coming to Rome, I definitely had my preconceived ideas about what my time would be like. I would see all the historic sites and eat all the pasta and pizza I could imagine. Of course, I knew there was a lot more to Italy than such things, but how was I supposed to know? Having my plane touch down in Rome was beyond nerve-wracking. I had never been to Europe before and was starting this brand new adventure knowing absolutely no one. I told myself that it was going to be just like going to school out of state. If I could adjust to the change from Michigan to Arizona, then I could adjust to the change from America to Italy. I very soon found out that it was completely different things I was adjusting to. Rome is such a beautiful city with so much history. In America, most of our historic monuments were built after the fact to commemorate a point in history. In Rome, the buildings are the history. Romans have preserved the historic buildings and their history by building and developing land around the sites. I found it so interesting how you could wander around the city and turn a corner and there's an amazing historic building right there. It displays an amazing balance of past and present culture. I noticed, however, that there was a lot of graffiti and cigarette butts around the city. Did the citizens of Rome not value their history enough to keep it clean? For my other course this block, Business Ethics and Leadership, I had the opportunity to volunteer for Retake Roma. Retake Roma is a nonprofit that my professor founded. She says she believes it took an American to start the project because it provided a different perspective to the situation of pollution and the tagging of buildings. The organization is engaged in the fight against degradation and the enhancement of public goods and in the spread of civic sense throughout territory. Her motto is wake up, speak up, clean up. As I cleaned up cigarette butts and graffiti, I was able to talk to some other volunteers that were very passionate about the organization's mission. I learned that it wasn't that the citizens of Rome didn't care, it's because they hadn't noticed. They had become immune to it. Rome was never meant to have so many people in the first place. The city cannot hold the many citizens and tourists that live and visit the big city with its small cobblestone streets. There are also very few places to properly dispose of cigarette butts, as well as there is nowhere to express modern art such as graffiti in a city that is founded on historic beauty and architecture. As I learned more about the city, I grew a greater respect and understanding for its way of life. I now see deeper than the historic value of the city. I can see the people that live here and call Rome home, and see how they live their lives on a day-to-day basis. For these people, it's not about the big city or the monuments or the historic landmarks. It's the neighborhoods and the people that make up their culture and make life worth living. My time in Rome has been a very eye-opening experience, and the things I have learned are something I will carry with me for the rest of my life.